There's Wendy.
Hello. I was
Hi.
hiding.
Hi, friends. Lindsay's here. Stephanie's here. Demi's here. Shelby, Catherine, Lisa. Hi. Hi, friends.
Hello. Glad you're not
It's
sick
been
of
a
me yet.
minute. It's been a minute since we've been here, but I texted Wendy last night and I was like, hey, I want to react to this. And do you want to do it with me? It's only like a 2-minute video, but we can make it like an hour. So here we are.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
And like, if anything else, like, we totally have a bunch of pictures we can throw up too.
yes, 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 yes. I'm going to tell y'all. So Wendy sent me this message, picture, whatever conglomeration of those two words I just said. And some of the stuff that's been going on has been wild. We have not been live. It's been a minute, but okay, Lisa, we have to go live and talk about this once they go live because they're so, in my opinion, so bad. And they look cheap. And I heard, I don't know how true this is, that all of the bracelets, what was it? That
It
I
had
think
like a
Wolfie
pulley
said,
with like a bar.
yes, they're all pulley bracelets. I don't know how true that is, but I'm curious to see once we start seeing them open.
Hold on.
Yes.
Hey, out of there.
Stephanie and I do also send awful pictures back and forth about how terrible some of the stuff is. Wendy sent me a picture today about Haru. Hi, friend. Wendy sent me a picture today. Have y'all seen the picture of the snake earrings that broke? Like the back. I'm gonna find this. Catherine said, are you going to be sharing pictures of these now? Because I'm curious. Yes. Well, I can pull pictures. I have pictures that I can put up and we can talk about. Let me first, hold on, since I'm talking about it. Let me send
Sorry, I had to go get my dog because I had a bag of trash and he was like, ooh, treats.
All for me.
Yep.
Let me share this. Oh, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself while I'm pulling stuff up?
Yeah, real quick though. Lindsay said, does pulley mean they stretch like a friendship bracelet? No, so
No.
it's like there's like a holder.
I have one.
You do?
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. So this is what a pulley bracelet looks like. And obviously, like I swear every time I'm on a live with somebody and they ask a question, I pull the most random stuff out and I'm like, wait, I have that. Do you want to see it? We did that on the Cincy live with DC and Lushy.
Your office is like a Mary Poppins bag. I love it.
It is. It really is. Okay, so this is what a pulley looks like. It has a little, like, let me pull this up so you can see it. It has a little bead right here, and that is how you pull the chain of the actual bracelet. So like you could put it on if it was on like that, and then pull these little parts right here and tighten it to make it adjustable, kind of. Does that make sense? Did I explain that?
So if you're wearing like 3 of them, you're gonna have 3 dangles. And
yes,
these reps wear like 2 stacks at a time. And you'll see them like all just hanging down. Like when Jewel Candy came out, I was like, that looks so uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. Like, so, and because I have this, I just want to show y'all, like, this is what the pave on, some people call this the pig nose.
Oh my God, it is a pig nose.
It looks like a pig nose. Some people have talked about that it looks like an actual, like the pig nose and the Coke tabs. Some of them look like it could be Coke tabs on like a Coke can.
Yep. Yep, right, I can see that. All right, while you do that, I'll introduce myself. Hey, everyone, I'm Wendy. MLM know you've seen me like everywhere in everyone's comment sections. I have not been in an MLM. I've only been in sales. So I started in retail, worked my way up to inside sales. Right now for the holidays, I'll actually be back in retail. So rip to me. On my channel, I like to talk about the differences between multi-level marketing tactics and traditional sales tactics. Little tiny self-promotion real quick. I just did a live stream yesterday, so if you missed it, go check it out. It's about this new MLM called Celesti. Never heard of them, and yeah, it was pretty interesting. So I finally uploaded a solo video, so yay me, I'm getting back into the swing of things. So
I feel like it's been a minute. I'm Jen, Mrs. Pico Speaks. This is part, which direction? I don't ever know. Wendy is part of the trio of terror, along with myself, Lushy, and we include DC because she is just as important as the rest of us. I was in Scentsy for over 8 years, decided once I hit the top 2%, it wasn't for me, and leadership just wasn't all it was cracked up to be. Decided to leave, and now I'm here with my friends talking on the internet. I'm a wife and a mom. I have 4 dogs. I have a snake. One day will make an appearance on the channel, but I will definitely make sure to give y'all plenty of advance warning for people who aren't snake friends. But yeah, I do that. I love all things gothic, skulls, vintage, as you can see behind me. My wall is a work in progress. I just bought another I was like a little tiny flocked skeleton. I have all this skeleton stuff right now. Yeah, so that's who I am.
It's funny because I feel like we complete each other. Like you are like the dark goddess, and I'm like the pastel princess. Like
yes.
I know, like right now I'm wearing like if you like Good Mythical Morning, but yeah, for the most part, like I have pastels and pinks and greens and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah. And it's like I'm working on like rhinestoning little skulls that are black and all. I need new hobbies because I don't have enough, and here I am.
See, that's the thing. Like, I'm a hobby collector. Like, I will start a hobby and then be like, "Ooh, I want to learn something new," and then never finish the project. The one exception is like crochet, but even knitting, I started and never finished.
So this closet back here has a bunch of projects in it and a bunch of stuff. I have 2 sewing machines. I have a sewing machine and a serger. I've got all kinds of paper art for paper, like scrapbooking. I don't even know what's in that closet. There's fabric. There's everything in my office. It's literally, like you said, if you need something, just come to the door of my office and chances are I'll probably find it and have it because that's how I am. I don't know. I've always been that way. The collector of random things.
I love it.
So a little bit of housekeeping I do want to mention today. So we are going to be talking about Bomb Party, and the person that we're going to be showing the video of today, she's a top rep, she's a top seller, she's a top recruiter, not top seller. I also just want to make it very clear to everyone that we will not be talking about her medical or personal life. She is pregnant. People know that she has made that announcement on social media, specifically TikTok. But I would really appreciate, Wendy and I would appreciate not having conversations about her, anything relating to her health or her baby and her personal life. We just ask that up front because we don't like to talk about people. It's not our place to talk about any of that. And we just don't do that here. So just a little bit of housekeeping. Also, we don't touch the poop and we don't recommend you do that either. We watch people and don't say anything to them, but we also don't like people to take information from what we share and go and be ugly to people. We don't do that here. We don't do that. That's a quick way to get blocked on a lot of channels is to go and touch the poop.
Yep, that goes for my channel too. So
if you're interacting with someone, that's completely different. Treating them like a human, an adult, you can have adult conversations and be a kind, compassionate, caring human. But we don't name call. We don't do any of that. If it's not something they can change within a few minutes, leave it alone. And what is it DC likes to say? It's like, fuck you is no. Somebody will have to tell me. DC says something. It's like, I don't remember.
You can say fuck this, but not fuck you. Like something like that.
Yes, that's what it is. You can, yes. Cursey words are okay. Fuck is fine. Fuck you is not. Thank you.
Yep.
That's exactly, that's what we're going for today.
Yep. Yeah, this is really a discussion about Bomb Party, their policies, procedures, their jewelry, their lack of oh shoot, what's that word? Quality control, lack of quality control, things like that. Nope. And it's not about the rep themselves. So we could literally just take out the person and replace it with a random person on the street, and we would have the same arguments.
Yes. All right. And we have technical difficulties because that is who we are. Let me find... Okay. This is the broken earring. This is the unicorn earring that snapped off. So here's the back piece. You can see from where it connects. This is where it actually goes through the ear. And this is the little black back stopper piece that's in there. And it's snapped off from the front. I don't know how.
That is one of the worst defects I've seen, because like most stuff, like you'd be able to bend it if it's cheap, you know, but this looks like it was so brittle that it, like, she went to like put it on or something, or maybe it came like that. I don't know the story behind it, but yeah, for it to be completely like snapped in half instead of like missing a stone, that's just a new level. And this is a unicorn too. It's like people were looking and hunting for this one.
And that's not, when you look at things, you think of, okay, where's the weakest point going to be? I wouldn't think that that spot would be a weak spot that would be prone to having breakage.
No.
Because it's not at a place that like carries weight or like has a unique bend to it.
No, these are not even like full on hoops. They're hoops, but they're, you know how regular hoops have like a closure where they're like completely circle?
Yeah.
These are like actual post hoops. So it's not like there's an argument of like, well, maybe like the hinge was faulty or things like that. Like, there's no excuse for this.
Just bad manufacturing. And didn't you say where I saw you, I swear I thought it was you. Don't believe I dreamed this, talking about 925 sterling.
Yes. So I got to do a little bit more research before I really do a deep dive on this. So I don't want to like talk to too much detail. But I saw a TikTok of a jeweler who had 3 different necklaces of 0.925 silver. Like I said, 0.925. And one of them was actually a fake. So it makes me wonder, what's the quality of the Bomb Party sterling silver, because they promote it as 0.925, but it turns out that there are fakes of 925. So like I said, I got to do a little more research. Like, I'm not going to purchase anything. I'm not going to test it myself, but I got to go down some rabbit holes on this one.
That's interesting, because it just means that anybody could stamp anything and it doesn't have to be real.
Yeah.
Yes. Lisa said it's probably the lowest quality they can buy. It probably is. And it wouldn't be surprising to me if it was brass with, you know, plating on it. Cause that's what they do with their other rings and earrings and all the other jewelry. It's brass with some kind of plating on top, which is, that's where the people get the reaction. And I am so tired. I am so tired of, there was one that I saw of, I was watching a rep and a customer came in and said something and talking about why the rings turn green on them. And I don't know if it was a mod or somebody was like, oh, you know, that happens because of low iron. And the customer said, that's interesting because I get my iron checked regularly and it's fine.
Yeah. Or the other one that I've seen was, oh, your pH is off. Like, no, you're just coming up with excuses.
According to who? Lillian? Because I don't want to take any sort of, it's not even medical advice, but anything relating to the human body, I'm sorry, from Lillian. in my opinion, she is not the person to be telling her reps or anybody to say, it's your body. No, it's not.
No. You're literally victim blaming on jewelry. What?
Yes. He is so cute. He is cute.
Oh, he's my buddy. He's been snuggling me all day.
Hi, Sam.
Hello.
Lisa said, I love his little ears. Can you imagine going to a doctor and be like, yeah, I think my iron's low because this ring turned my finger green. And the reps told me it's because my iron is low.
And here's the thing, Lisa. One of my family members, I'm not going to out them because I love them to death, but they gifted me a mental health ring collection from Bottom Party. Like, they aren't in an MLM, but they support them. Like, she's huge into doTERRA, so like I said, I love her to death, so I don't want to like out her, but I'm on an iron supplement. I take iron every single day, and the rings still turn my finger green. So iron who?
Right. I can't imagine what my doctor would say to me if I go into her office and I'm like, my ring turned green, and they said it's because I have low iron. Like, she would laugh at, not at me, but she would be like,
who told you that?
Who are you getting advice from? Like,
yeah.
Okay. Let me pull up the video. The video. Do you want to give any kind of pre-information, Wendy, before we
No, let's just go into it. I'm gonna rage.
Okay, let me find it. This is a video that was on, oh, hold on, technical difficulties. This is it. All right, this was posted on TikTok. This was a TikTok live. I grabbed, oh, buckle up, kids. That's all I have to say is buckle up. She's talking about recruiting. She is the #1 recruiter. She was the top recruiter for the past year. She won an award at Fizztopia. And she's talking about MLMs and recruiting. This is only a 2-minute video, but there's going to be a lot of stopping because there's a lot of things to talk about with this.
Real quick, my mouse died, so I can't like type back to my chat. So I see your comments. I love y'all. So hey everyone to my chat.
So she's Cupcake. She just hit diamond rank as well. She actually, her and her mom both came to BP from Monet. She was a top, I think she was she did pretty well in Monet, was in, I want to say from when she was like 18 until she quit and jumped over to BP. She also was in Olive Tree People for a little while. She uses their products, talks about them sometimes on her live. So she is very experienced in MLMs and what it takes to be successful.
Yeah, she's very confident when she speaks in this video. Can you turn the volume up?
You good? Is everything good?
No, I can't really hear.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. Let's see here. Is it silent for y'all?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me try one thing. All right. Give me a minute to work through technical difficulties.
It is all good. Okay, so I'll give a little backstory to this then. So basically, she's going to talk about how recruiting is not a big deal. It's really how you make the most money.
Yes. And she has been known to say things like she earned, what did she say? Life-changing money.
Yeah.
It's been like life-changing money. She's also had her teeth redone. She's had veneers done since she started making a lot of money in BP. All right, let me stop sharing this. So she's making good money, especially if she's the #1 recruiter. Her team is huge.
Oh, yeah. Like, her lives usually get like 1,000 people.
And re-purchase your inventory.
Is our volume now? Okay. All right.
Yes. Hey, Al. How are you?
Okay. I'm going to start it over. Let me turn my sound down just a little bit, and then let's go.
To do if you want to just sell and re-purchase your inventory and just sell it, you can do that and you can make a good amount of money. I will not sugarcoat this. Network marketing is built for people who want to build a team.
I'm sorry, what? Say it louder for the people in the back, please.
Yep. When do you think the cognitive dissonance is going to end? Do you think it will?
I don't think it will because she makes so much money.
Yeah, that's true. It's one of those, like, it's going to have to, like, get taken away in order for her to get out of it.
Mm-hmm. And she's got a lot of things. She's got fame. She's got notoriety. Being a top, they weren't even MVP for a year and she got the top recruiting, like the top recruiter award.
Mm-hmm.
And to what DC said, she is aware that she recruits and that is how she makes her money. Mm-hmm. And so it is a machine. The more people you get in, and every person that I have seen on Reddit, I know Reddit is not the end all be all, but people who have been her downline before and have made comments on Reddit say that she gets you in, allegedly, she gets you in, it's promises of all this stuff, and then you're on your own. So you figure it out. She's not there to help you. And I don't know if it's too busy, if it's because of what's going on in her personal life. It doesn't really matter. She also had made comments that she would not be taking a break. Mm-hmm. After 9 months. Like, she would be working up until and after, and there is no break. Like, that is not time freedom. And why would you subject yourself to that?
No. Like, I've seen people have, like, just straight up pneumonia and still sending out orders.
Mm-hmm.
Because there is no PTO, there's no sick time, there's no benefits. No. So you have to work your ass off. I mean, Jules was live for well over 24 hours last night. I don't know if I don't think she beat her goal. But yeah, she was on for forever.
Like, I've never in my life, and I guess I am an anomaly. I've never stayed up more than 24 hours. Like, I've never done that ever. My body shuts down before that point. So I never have done that. I can't imagine streaming for 24 hours. No. Okay. DC said she didn't beat her goal and then had a meltdown at the end of the stream.
Oh my goodness.
So all of that time, all of that work, and then yeah, pneumonia is awful. And Lauren Thacker was working and she had double pneumonia. Like, yeah, take a break. Hello, Alexis. Is she okay? Oh, Jules.
She'll probably be okay, like, after she takes a nap and eats and rests.
Were they really fighting in the chat? What?
Yeah. You missed that?
Yes.
Oh, let me tell you. So, she was doing a bunch of, like, contest or raffles, I should say. And one of the people who ordered made a comment saying, if I don't win, then cancel my order. And so everyone was, yeah. So
what?
First off, that was wild. But Jules was like, okay, I'll cancel your order. Like, it wasn't a big deal. But Jules was trying to be like, what did I do wrong? Like, what can I do better and stuff? And the chat was ripping into the customer who was like, if I don't win, cancel my order. And even the lady was like, just cancel my order. Like, I don't want anything to do with it. And they were rioting.
What? Because someone said, if I can't win, I don't want to order. Or like,
yeah, because they were all like, well, that's not fair to Jules because like you place the order and you shouldn't be getting special treatment. Or then you should ban her from ordering again so she doesn't do this. And like they were it wasn't even just like one person saying like, hey, I don't think this is right, things like that. But even Jules was like, yeah, I'll refund your order. Like, that's okay.
Some people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were going on for like 15, 20 minutes just trying to sort it all out.
What?
Yeah, it was not like a quick thing. Like,
who does that? Hi, Lushy.
Hello, friend.
We saved you. This was a we're gonna save Lushy from being tormented and tortured by BP. We still love you very much. DC said, I mean, I cry all the time. I do the same. Over non-crying qualified things.
Yeah, but when you're up for over 24 hours, almost like 30 hours, like, when we were on, like, I was watching the stream and we wrapped up around like 26 hours and your emotions are going to be all over the place. DC had a good point of like, she's having a hard time regulating and like we all do, but that's not the time to be on camera.
No.
I've had to cancel live streams because I'm like, I cannot provide you the best entertainment and content. So it's I think she's pushing herself way too hard and then it's just coming back at her.
And on top of it, today's her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sorry. I am a complete and total diva when it comes to my birthday. Not the things that I expect. And I don't expect like big extravagant gifts or I don't expect any of that. But it's my birthday. I'm going to do what I want to do and not feel sorry about it at all. Like, that is the one day of the year that is completely mine. That, and I know people can say, blah, 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 whatever. That is the one day that I will be an asshole because I can be an asshole because it's my birthday. If you're going to come at me and you're going to be a jerk, that is not the day. Like, I am kind and I'm loving and I love having a time. And if it's, just hanging out or doing whatever, but don't be an asshole on my birthday. Like, there is zero, like, negative tolerance level for bullshit on my birthday. Like, I'm sorry.
DC said birthday month, and I subscribe to birthday month.
Absolutely.
Like, January is my whole month. Like, I love everything January. And DC, if you do a redo, maybe we can celebrate together. So, just saying. Because we got, if you want to do December, we got you. I got January. And then
I've got February.
Yeah. So, we'll just party it up this winter.
I know. Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday. I don't have sounds. I'm going to get it together one day and have DC show me how to do all the fancy things with sounds. But I'm not there yet. Today is not the day. And tomorrow's not looking like it either. So
speaking of doing like having somebody teach you something, I need you to teach me how to do a countdown because I spent like 2 hours yesterday and I still could not figure out how to do it. So
Absolutely.
I was in Canva like, how do I do this?
Now it's like, okay, I get it. And then it's like, especially when Canva has this cool thing, and it's probably not cool. Like, I find joy in little things, but where you can sync up the music to the movements of where your slides go. And I'm like, that whoever did that is genius. And I love that for us because I'm taking advantage of it and using it. Ooh.
Oh, wait till you see my new disclaimer. Like, I am proud of that one. It's still not anything like yours or DC's, but I'm proud of
it. Comparison is the thief of joy, Wendy. We're not going to do that.
They're unique in their own ways.
I think we're just going to have... I think I'm going to do birthday month. I think everybody can celebrate birthday month with me. Or we'll just do this like rolling birthday celebration that we never end because Lushy's birthday is in December. DC's birthday is in October, right? Yes? October?
I think so.
Yes. My brain is braining. So we're just going to continue September. Was it September?
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sorry, friend. Kate is in May.
Nice.
Kristen is in April. Like, we're just gonna have a rolling birthday celebration, and so
we can do like an end of the year birthday celebration for everyone.
funny story. My daughter and her dad have the same birth month, and when we were together, my ex was like, you can't have her on my birthday because that's my day. And I was like, I don't have a choice. If the babies don't give you much of an option. And he's like, I just don't want to share my birthday. I'm like, that's selfish because I can't stop things that happen.
Yeah, my sister and my dad were 2 days apart. So we would have the celebration in the middle, but we would still get 2 separate cakes.
2 separate cakes. I went to school with a girl who had 3 sisters. And so there's 4 girls. Out of the 4 girls, 3 of them had the exact same birthday date, not year, but they all were born on the same day, which was bananas to me.
One of my friends that I went to elementary school with, we had the same exact birthday, same day, same year, everything. It was wild. And then I was talking to my mom and she's like, I wonder if it's the person I was in the room with because like she was a Hispanic woman. Mm-hmm. So my friend and I may have been born like on the literally like right next to each other.
That's so cool though.
Uh-huh.
I was thinking there was something about Emmett has the same birthday as my mom's partner, which is so funny because my mom called me and she was telling me like what day, like when his birthday was. And I was like, that's also Emmett's birthday. And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah. So just weird little, interesting little things that happen in life. There are no coincidences. Leshy said, I shared a birthday with my mom's friend's son, who was also my older brother's friend. Poor kid had to have joint parties with a kid 9 years younger. Yikes.
Oh. Rip.
Birthdays are fun, but yes. Mm-hmm. And I can't imagine streaming 30 hours before my birthday because then I would sleep all day and miss my whole birthday and then I'd be angry.
She said she was going out. Yeah. So she's gonna maybe like take a nap and then go out and like have another breakdown? Like I genuinely hope not.
Right.
But it's just a recipe for disaster.
Mm-hmm. I'm not running on no sleep on my birthday. Sorry, it's not happening.
Mm-mm. I am miserable and cranky.
Yes, same.
That is why the whole concept of network marketing and the ranking system and the recruitment, that is why it exists, because that is where the big amounts of money come from.
It exists because companies want to make money. That is why it exists.
Yeah, and it's easy for her to say when she's at the top of the pyramid, or at least somewhat close to it, when she's making the money. And she's not realizing that the people at the bottom are the ones giving her that money. Like, they literally should just, like, open up their wallet and hand it directly to Callie.
I don't even know. It has been alleged that people go into her live who are in her downline. And in BP, you get paid for 4 levels. So you get paid for 4 levels beneath you. You don't get paid, and if there are 6, it stops at 4. But I'm guarantee you, I would bet $1, because that's all I bet. I would bet you $1 that she does not know the names of the people who are making her money on her team. There's absolutely no way. There's no doubt in my mind that she does not know everybody on her team that contributes to her paycheck.
Yeah.
And that's just sad.
And with Bomb Party, it's a little more egregious because you have to constantly buy inventory. I mean, you saw how much Callie has behind her and Jules has behind her. And, these top reps have like buckets and bins full of inventory. And they can afford it because the people at the bottom are also buying inventory. But they might not be able to sell it. When you're looking at TikTok, like just for Bomb Party, if you do like Bomb Party live search, people like Callie and Kaylin and, people like that, they're very rare. You'll see a lot more people with like 8 people in their live, 2 people in their live, maybe double digits if they're lucky, So you're not getting the engagement, you're not getting the sales that these top reps are doing. It's just a money pit.
And if it was that easy, everyone would be doing it. And that these are things too that, people would say to me, and when I was in, and things that I would even say to people. And it's like, I had a friend tell me once, she was like, you make it look easy because you work full time. Your daughter's a toddler, you do Scentsy full time, you're doing events on the weekends. And it was like in my brain, she said that. And in my brain, it's like, I'm screaming, it's not that easy. I know it looks that easy because you're seeing the snapshots that I'm sharing on Facebook or on social media or whatever, but it is not that easy. And I used to tell people all the time, I'm just an average person like you. No, I worked my ass off. And it was like, staying up till 2 a.m. on release nights because things released at 2 a.m. my time, and ending one month and starting the other, and working up to 1:59 on the last month and then starting over at 2 a.m. on the next month. They're, staying up and talking to people, and it just normal people who work their asses off, yes, but they also get lucky, in my opinion. If it's luck because of who they know or their past experience or having a big team and going from one place to another, but that's all that it is. It's work. And the higher up you get on the chain, the more money you make, so you can start farming out that work. So she has an assistant to help her do all those other things. She could hire somebody to do her shipping. And lower level reps who don't have the audience she does and don't have the customer base she has, they don't have those opportunities. So they're, in my opinion, they're not going to do as well. They don't have the resources to be able to be as successful as people like her. And yes.
In 2 different ways. So there's what's called the rep to rep, which reps will buy inventory. Let's say one rep has inventory that they can't get rid of, like jewel candy, for example. They'll sell it to the other rep for what they paid for it. They also tend to buy inventory from other reps as either like part of their ring boards. Wolfie does that. I've seen Kate do that. They like to fill up like what's called a ring board. And some people will be like, I don't want that ring. You can put it on the board, but they don't get a refund for that.
No.
So,
no.
But yeah, they do buy from other reps.
And a lot of reps will go in and buy from their upline.
Yes.
You know,
or downline. I've
yeah.
seen a lot that will buy from their downline to kind of try to support them too.
I know that Wolfie has a downline that orders like every single live, and I think she does a pre-order. But a lot of reps will go in and order from their uplines and their downlines. It works like both directions. And like Wendy said, you know, they don't get a benefit to just leaving that ring with the rep. Like if they don't want it, they'll leave it with the rep or they'll use it for their ring board. And ring boards have become a lot more popular, and a lot more reps have started doing I see a lot of buy 3, get a ring off the ring board, or get an opened piece of jewelry. And they're, the other question I have though is, if they're buying that stuff, are they using it as a tax write-off? So are they writing off those expenses of jewelry that they don't want? And that's where we start getting in these tricky things when we start talking about taxes and write-offs, and it just becomes a slippery slope and nothing. I mean, my former upline told me, because I had custom license plates, to write off my registration on my car because it was used for advertising purposes.
It's not like your license plate said Scentsy. It said Wax Boss. Am I right? Yeah. So that's no. That's just a no.
It's a no. No.
Kate said, look at my name making sense. Yeah, we're not talking about you. We know for a fact that you're not in BP.
No. Yes.
And I think a lot of people get this big, bad, bitter taste in their mouth from this whole idea of recruitment. But if you have a 9-to-5 job where
because it's not a good situation, in my opinion.
No.
You lie.
I'm not going to jump ahead. I'll bite my tongue.
Not interviewed and hired? Or you?
Okay, here's what I was going to say. So, yes, in corporate worlds, there are recruiters. However, that's literally their 9-to-5 job. Okay, they're not recruiting into a pyramid scheme, in my opinion. They're literally doing their job by hiring people. You're not hiring anyone when you sign them up. You're not giving them a W-2. You're not asking for their tax information. That's Bomb Party's job. You're the ones trying to get their names and their money. So, and you get paid based off of how many people you recruit and how many people they recruit. A recruiter in a corporate job doesn't get paid off of like how many people you recruit today or how many people those other people you recruit. Because once that person is hired, that's it. Their job is done. Cool. Congratulations. This part just like drove me nuts.
I actually have a slide deck that I was putting together. We'll come back and look at that after we're done with this video, because I want to show y'all. I put it all together and I did it showing a scenario of how those people that are recruited by other people, that money starts to add up, and you can kind of see. But again, we'll come back to that because I want to show you an actual like visual representation. I'm a very visual person. I'm neurodivergent. I'm autistic and ADHD. And I wanted to make it make sense in a way where people could look at it. And I think this is a great time to be able to show y'all that. So after we get through this, I'll show y'all that, because the thing about recruiting is it is a numbers game. The more people that are recruited, if you say, okay, I could make $5 off of one person, or you could make $1 off of 50 people. Yeah, it's less per person, but it's a numbers game. It's like a total game. And I'll break it down more after this, but this is going to blow your mind first.
But if you have a 9-to-5 job, were you not interviewed and hired? Did you not join a team? Did you not join a manager? Do you not have a boss? Do you not have right? We are in a world where we are constantly recruiting, even in our day-to-day life.
No, we're not.
Who's recruiting?
We're not. Jen, you recruited me to watch Wolfie. That's like the only thing I got.
I did. I have recruited people to watch BP. Mm-hmm. And I get no monetary compensation. Not yet, at least. I have to have 1,000 subscribers first, but we're getting there. Right now, I am not making money off of sharing BP with anybody and recruiting people into my little community of anti-BPers. I'm not making money.
Right.
Kate recruited us both. Like, I mean, you could say DC recruited me. She's definitely not making anything off of this, but it gets worse. Like, buckle up.
I haven't seen that. I've only like gotten up to this point. So now I'm like surprised you're acting. Whew.
Right? For college, we're recruited into sports. We have scholarships. We have programs. We have financial aids. We have all these things.
Okay. I'm calling a timeout here. I applied to the University of Alabama. I did that. They didn't recruit me. I applied. Student aid didn't recruit me. So I didn't get recruited to go to school. I chose to go to the University of Alabama. Like this, I might need, where's my hand? Hold, please. Like, all I have is a foot. I just need, all I want is a hand. Like, I don't know where I put the hands part of my skeleton. Somebody give me a hand. Megan said, I supervise someone at work. If she quit tomorrow, it would not affect my paycheck one penny. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay. We have to keep going because it doesn't get any better. Yes, Lisa said, if you are only recruited for college if you are an amazing athlete, sports player, or someone really not every day.
Right, not everyday people. Like,
yes,
it's
no one walks down the street and hands somebody a scholarship, like a random person on the street.
I wish. Like, I can't even go to school right now because I can't get financial aid because of like my grades that happened 10 years ago. Actually, more than 10 years ago. So, be like, hook me up if you got the connections, please.
Mm-hmm.
Constantly being recruited all the time, whether it's in a network marketing business or in your 9-to-5 business. It is the same exact thing. People just think, oh, this person who signed me up is going to somehow recruit me and then be my boss and then make money off of me. Here's the thing.
Yeah, that's exactly how that works.
Right. If someone hires you to do a job, and this is not every job, I can see like hair in front of my eye and it's driving me crazy. In a lot of jobs, and not every job is the same, but in my career and in the industry that I work in and the type of job that I do, my boss doesn't get paid more just because I got hired. Sometimes right. If the role expands, if my boss's role expands, they may get more money. If they're taking on a whole team, they may get more money because more responsibility. That's how that works in my career, like in the field that I'm in. And I can tell you, I have been recruited for jobs. Recruiters have reached out and found me based on the specific type of work that I do and have done in the past. And I have applied for jobs. It works both ways. But when I get hired for a job, I have a consistent paycheck. They tell me up front the benefits. There is no, yes, I get a W-2, but they don't sneak in if you earn things like trips or incentives, you have to pay taxes on that. Everything that when you have a job, most of the time, if it's in a corporate world, and I'm going to generalize by using corporate world scenarios, They tell you up front everything you get. If it's a 401k, vacation, sick time, all that stuff is lined out. So there are no surprises.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to wonder if you're getting another paycheck in 2 weeks or a month or however often you get paid. You don't have to contribute and pay to get a paycheck. That's the other thing, is you don't have to spend $1 to get your paycheck. You get paid for the work that you do, not the work that other people have done to contribute to giving you more money in your paycheck.
Right. And most, like the vast majority of jobs, you get a steady paycheck. Like, you know what your paycheck is going to be. It's not going to fluctuate. When I was in inside sales, I had a base pay plus commission. So I always knew what my base pay was going to be. That's the reason why I don't do commission only jobs. Like, even in sales, I don't do commission only jobs, because my time is valuable. My effort is valuable. But yeah, the vast majority of jobs, like, you know what your paycheck is going to be like every week, every other week.
Exactly. And, a lot of time people in MLM say things like, oh, well, there's a executive at the top. It is a pyramid, and the person at the top gets paid the most. The person at the top gets paid the most because they have the most liability and responsibility. They are responsible for everyone underneath them in the food chain. They get paid a lot because they have to deal with a lot. You have all these workers, again, and I'm going to compare it to every experience that I've had. So if yours is different, that's fine. But you have levels of people who do work. The higher you go, those people make more money, but they're responsible for everything underneath them. So it's, yes, people are getting paid more the higher you go up in the pyramid, but their level of responsibility and the things that they are responsible for is greater. When I worked at GameStop, the CEO or COO, CEO made the most amount of money, but he had to deal with the shareholders, he had to deal with the board, he had to deal with customers, he had to deal with the SEC. All of these things that he had other people responsible for tasks that made up doing all of those things. At the end of the day, he was the one that had to stand up as the face of GameStop and say, I'm the one in charge. And he was the point person. People thought of GameStop when they thought of who the executive was, they thought of him. And it's not like that in MLM. It's just not. You can't convince me otherwise.
And another thing too is, like, I'll be willing to have the conversation all day long of like C-suite level employees being overpaid, but at the end of the day, they're not taking that money from the people that are actual employees. They're the ones paying the employees. So you cannot sit here and tell me that, oh yeah, it's the same structure. Like, it is the same structure, but the way the money flows is completely different. And that's why one of them is considered a scam. I'm going to go off camera for a sec. I know it's going to cut my video. So just wanted to, I'm not eating myself, I promise.
Let's see. Kate said, and the money is coming from outside sales at GameStop. I mean, I know we buy where we work, but yes, exactly. And, Lisa even made the point that in an MLM, every person has the same job, regardless of your title. Yes, some titles are higher and there's more responsibility and leadership that comes along with those titles. But at the end of the day, every rep at an MLM at the core has the same job. So their job is to sell the product or recruit new people. They have to do the same thing over and over. My boss and I don't do the same thing every day. My boss's boss and I definitely don't do the same thing every day. The CEO of the company I work for now, he does not do the same thing that I do every single day. So there is no comparison of MLM to corporate America or 9-to-5 jobs. It's just not the same. And yes, Kate makes a good point. You get demoted every month. You start over at the first of the month at an MLM. So you start over at 0 with everybody else, or whatever day that it resets. The first is what I've always dealt with. So that's what I know. And Tammy said, I don't have to pay anything for my job, so the higher ups make the money. I do, though, because I work in a bookstore and have no willpower. Fair. you know, I don't, again, and the same thing is I don't have to spend money at my job to know that I'm going to get paid.
Oh, it's going to be dangerous. I'm going to be working at a clothing store. So
I don't know though.
This is my third time working for this company too. So
clothes or makeup would be very dangerous for me. Shoes would be dangerous.
Luckily, like I'm not a shoe person, but I've worked in both clothes and makeup. So yeah, finances were, I'm more responsible now. So like I'm confident in myself.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you are or what job you have in your day-to-day life. Every single business that you can think of, it is a hierarchy of positions. Truly, when you think about it, I mean, my dad works in corporate America. My husband works for family-owned business, but it's the same thing. You have your owners of your company, then you have your
Okay,
Kelly, are you paying your downline? Please answer me that. Are you paying your downline?
She does buy them Louis Vuitton wallets once they hit a certain rank.
So she's bribing them. Cool, got it.
Financial advisors, you have your managers, you have your service managers, you have your financial managers, you have your sales.
This little spiel she's going on right now is very clear to me that, in my opinion, she has no idea how real businesses operate and work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, not that Kate said, I worked in a store for women with larger feet back in 2000, and it was like being a kid in a candy shop, and my discount was awesome. I know that I'm not anywhere near you, Kate, but I need to go there. Like, I have no shame in saying it. I wear between a 10 and an 11, and it is so hard to find shoes that are cute.
Mm-hmm.
I just stick to black flats. Like, they match every outfit I have, and they're comfortable.
I think there's like, and when people order shoes, because I too, I'm an 11. I've learned Wendy and I both wear a size 10 or 11 ring and 10 or 11 shoe. So we are shoe and ring sisters, not to be confused with, what do they call them? What does Mary call fizzing sisters, in the words of Mother Mary? But yeah, they only use I find there's only like one or two pair of 11s in an order and shoe places. And I'm like,
it's a North American company. Oh, yes. Oh, I'm excited. Thank you, Kate. In my stream yesterday, Cal mentioned an app. It's called Too Good to Go, and you can order food that like restaurants and bakeries and places like that we're gonna like throw away anyway. And I got like 3 sausage rolls and 2 bags of donut holes yesterday for $6. So yeah, we trade ideas.
Yes.
Sales managers, you have all these people, and then we have these people under them who are the actual salespeople, the people who work in the service, the people who do all this. I don't even have a job that I'm thinking of in my brain, but
you don't have a job that you're thinking of, but you literally named everything that your husband has probably come home and told you about his job. Am I wrong?
And her dad. Like, I don't know if she's ever been in corporate America or retail. Sorry, excuse me. But it sounds like she's talking as an expert from outside. It's like if I was to read a Wikipedia article about dentistry and then was like, you know what? I'm going to start a live stream about dentistry now. Like, that just doesn't make sense. Like, you know, obviously, like, I haven't been in an MLM, but it's so much easier to debunk an MLM when you have actual sales experience versus trying to debunk something that is actually like a good thing. And like, I have my beef with corporate America too. Like, you know, like I said, we'll have those discussions at a later date, but it's just wild to me how she's like demonizing corporate America when they give you benefits, they give you a steady paycheck, they give you, you know, time off, like actual time freedom, you know. I don't know, it just drives me wild when people are like shitting all over sales when they're not in it. You're muted, hon.
There we go. Sorry. I know the industry that her husband works in, and she's describing his job.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only experience that she knows. And I think
she's trying to be relatable, but it's not relating at all. Like, it's falling flat because we have the actual data and evidence on our side.
Yep.
I'm just giving you examples, right? You have the people who started the business, right? Who recruited people to help them with their business, who then found people to work in the field, right? You're
nope.
Wrong. That is incorrect. I'm gonna rage.
Field workers sometimes even have people that they're training, right? So it is all the same thing. People just think that in network marketing is somehow different.
Because it is. Because it is. I want to go back and I want to listen to her whole spiel at once. Let me make sure I got a good place.
Positions, truly, when you think about it. I mean, my dad works in corporate America. My husband works for a family-owned business, but it's the same thing. You have your owners of your company, then you have your financial advisors, you have your managers, you have your service managers, you have your financial managers, you have your sales managers, you have all these people.
Okay. What about people? Let's talk about BP corporate. Let's talk about BP corporate for a second, right? Since we're talking about BP and the MLM side, let's talk about the corporate side. So Lillian starts BP, right? Her and her sister start it. They make, decide they're going to buy rings. They have to have a location. They have to have someone who is there, in their office that answers the phones, a receptionist. That person doesn't recruit other people to work there. They may recommend somebody as a referral, but there are people in the warehouse. They don't recommend people. They don't get paid on people who come to work. They may get, like, some companies offer like a bonus of a set amount if you recommend someone and they stay for a certain period of time, 90 days, 60 days, whatever. That's the only incentive you get, is a one-time, hey, thanks for referring your friend, but they have to stay here for a minute. And it's like, so you've got people that work in a warehouse and receiving and picking and sorting. And, you've got people who work in probably a mail room who deal with all of the ingoing and outgoing mail. They don't recruit somebody else. You've got janitors and people who work their asses off and clean bathrooms, and they're not recruiting anybody. Tell me where the recruiting comes in when you're working at a job that is not an MLM.
And here's the kicker. What about small businesses that are just family run? Like, I love small businesses. I try to support small businesses as much as I can. And I'm friends with a bunch of owners of small businesses here where I live. And a lot of these people are taking on all of these roles. Like, the owners are the owners. They're the ones, managing. They're the ones doing payroll. They're the ones doing advertising and stuff. So it's almost like she's taking an entire segment of sales and businesses and completely negating it. Mm-hmm. Because, when you're a true business owner, you take care of everything. Mm-hmm. And so, like, you might hire an employee or two to, like, cover the sales or, help tidy up, things like that. But for the most part, that's your stuff. In an MLM, you have no control over advertising, over prices, over, anything. Mm-hmm. All you have control over is, in Bomb Party at least, is discount codes, which takes money from the rep. Yep. And pretty much where you sell. So yeah, it's just mind-boggling to me how we're negating an entire, like, segment of sales.
I had a thought today, and this is going to be a conspiracy theory that people can either agree with me or not agree with me on, but it was something that I thought about today. And, we've seen these collections come out. We've seen now it's the elevated. We've had villains. We had Rain, princesses and villains. And then we had these bands, and we're starting to see all these collections. But my question is this: would it surprise anyone if instead of actually making these collections larger to accommodate more customers, if Lillian was making the collections smaller and ordering less pieces to A, save money, and to B, to drive interest and to sell them out every single time?
I vote for option B. And here's what I've noticed. It's like with, let's say, the Villains Princess collection, for example, the cap was like really, really small.
Mm-hmm.
But then months later, oh, surprise, we have all this inventory. And I texted you, was it yesterday or the day before? And there was a rep who had holiday stacks from both 2022 and 2021. And you can't tell me that there was no cap on those. Mm-hmm. So it's like, my conspiracy theory is that they're doing the cap as like a pre-order to collect the money to make the full collection.
That makes sense. And then it reduces if they don't have the cash on hand, then it's just, and we also see this influx of reps who push really, really hard 2-3 days before a new collection gets dropped, so that we see an influx of orders and sales right before that time, because they want to build up their wallet, and then they want to use the wallet to be able to order these collections. And the other step, to take it a step further, the other thing is we're starting to see these collections be released with sight unseen. Reps haven't seen them. Nobody knows what they look like. And they're just blind buying a cap or a max without knowing what's in the collection at all.
Yeah. And just popping up my TikTok on the people I follow, most of them are live right now because there's the collection next week. And last night there were even more people that were live. So yeah, I think the reps at least are gearing up to buy those. I don't remember what the collection is called, but the bracelets that are coming out next week.
Okay, so let's finish watching this again. We'll show the bracelets, and then I want to show that the compensation thing that I had too.
Okay.
And then we have these people under them who are the actual salespeople, the people who work in the service, the people who do all this. I don't even have a job that I'm thinking of in my brain, but I'm just giving you examples, right? You have the people who started the business, right? Who recruited people to help them with their business.
But they don't always recruit people. And not everybody who, like, if you're a business owner and you have somebody that, does your taxes, you pay them for their service and that's it. They don't work for you as an employee. Like, they're not an employee that you're going to be paying on a W-2. And it's a transaction, but that's separate too.
Business who then found people to work in the field, right? Your field workers sometimes even have people that they're training, right? So it's
not everybody trains somebody at a job. Not everybody does.
Nope. One of my jobs, I literally had 2 days of training and then a good luck. So yeah, in retail especially, you get thrown to the wolves quite often.
Yep. And sometimes if you, like, I was having this conversation with Emmett last week too, is if you're stepping into a position that's a new position, you may not get training because they may not have identified everything that position is going to do. And sorry, Emmett, speaking of Emmett, just texted me about dinner. So a new position doesn't mean that you're going to get training, and not every job means that you're going to get training. It's not guaranteed. So I train people who work for me. Yes. And I continue to train people who are my internal customers. Yes. But that's to do my job. Like I train
What you
people,
get paid to do.
and I get paid to do. I train people, like my internal customers, on how to use some of the resources and things that my team uses, because it makes it easier on me in the end if they know how to do it. And so it's like I empower those people to be like, here, this is how you do it. This is what you do. If you want to make sure your stuff doesn't get held up, this is the process you follow. And that's the training that I do. I'm not bringing in new people there is a limit to how many people you can bring in a corporate world or in a job, in most jobs. Again, generalization. But there is a limit, because there's an amount of work that needs to be done. You're not just going to continue to recruit people and bring them in and bring them in and bring them in and bring them in, because at some point in time, it's like, what are you doing? What are these people going to do? And you also bring in people who are qualified or who you feel confident enough to train in the position. There has to be some sort of like even basic discernment of level of skills. So it's not just a person with a credit card and a phone.
Mm-hmm. And going back to what you were saying about like new positions being created, I was literally in that position in retail. My store that I was working at, we went through a remodel. All of the branches were getting updated. And when we got the update, there was a new role and I got the job. Well, how do you have the store train you for a role that never existed in the first place?
Yeah.
So there was a lot of like kind of trial and error. There was a lot of like communication that needed to be had. But once I figured out what worked for me, then I was able to start training people on that. So, I didn't get training, but then I came up with a system and it worked really well for us. So yeah, it's like she has like this fairy tale picture of, retail or, sales in general, but it's not making sense from an actual salesperson.
Right.
It is all the same thing. People just think that in network marketing is somehow different. What's your opinion about feeling judged by people you know when going live?
Okay. So that was all of that video. Let me show you this one page from this presentation that I did, because I think it's interesting. And I'm not going to press present. Don't come at me, friends. I'm literally sharing something because it's interesting and relevant to what we're doing right now. And I want to share this because I'm going to share the whole thing at some point, but I want to share this one to just give a good understanding of what comp plan things look like.
Oh, I also have a request, Jen. Doesn't have to be the stream, but we have to do a BP stream at some point. And when I just want to play the glass breaking video. Have you seen that?
No.
You didn't see that? Do you know who Daniel Baker is?
I don't know who that is. So yes, we do need to watch that. We need to have like an interest like of live.
You will love it. It's right up there with Vapegate.
I need to. Sorry,
so friends. Daniel Baker used to be in Paparazzi, and then she switched to BP.
Oh yes. Yep. I know. I've heard y'all talk about her.
Yes.
But I need to watch that video. Okay. So this is kind of this is very high level, but this talks about recruiting, right? So you have your consultant here. The more they recruit, and again, we'll take a deep dive into this, but you can see, so Amy joins and sells $350 and Amy makes $87.50 in commission, right? Amy recruits Blair. Amy still sells $3.50 and Blair sells $3.50. So Amy makes $94.50. It's not a lot. And that additional $7 is not a lot. But when you extrapolate that out and over 25 people times 7 is a lot of money. So that's where they start talking about, yes, you make commission on your sales. However, you're starting to add smaller amounts from a lot more people. And that's what adds up to make a big team, to make a big amount of money that people are making on commission. I know this is probably super confusing because I haven't gone through the whole thing, but as you go through, I did a whole thing, like the whole presentation progresses of as you go through the ranks, you start to see how people make, $170 for recruiting people when the people who don't have anybody underneath them only make $125. And as you continue to go up the pyramid, you start to see, those amounts that people are getting from their downline are adding up. They may not be small percentages. It may be less than 10%. But again, the more people you recruit, that money just continues to add up and snowball over time. And those people want to continue to do well. So they're trying to recruit. So that's kind of how this whole process of you recruit somebody, they make money, then they recruit people, and it just continues. The cycle continues, and people want to go up in the chain of MLM. So they want to make more money. So they recruit more people, and that just continues to benefit the people at the very top.
Mm-hmm. Good night, Mima.
Good night. Have a good night, Heather. Okay. That's kind of it. I want to do this, I want to do this commission breakdown, a deeper dive, because I think this stuff is interesting. And once you start looking at the numbers, it'll make sense to people who haven't ever looked at commission structures, because they are super confusing. And I sat and went through all of the requirements of BP until my brain was like mushy one day. But there's a lot of different levels and a lot of different information, and they make it confusing on purpose. They don't want people to understand. They want it to be as difficult as possible, because then you don't ask questions. Yep. And if you don't know where your money comes from and how your paycheck is calculated, you can't ask a lot of questions, and you can't buck the system and say, well, this isn't right, or I'm not making money on them. And so, yeah. Welcome to the world of Callie, friends. I want to do a lot there. I definitely want to do more on her specifically because she was in Monet. And I really think she's one of those people who, even is not a serial MLM hopper, she probably brought a lot of people. She has attracted a lot of young female reps to her team. A lot of reps, and they all have, it's interesting because they all kind of idolize her in a way where they do their backgrounds the same as her. They dress the same as her. They imitate her. And I think part of it is because they want to see the success that she has. But she also had a lot of followers before she came to BP. And I think she just, she leveraged the following she had before and the resources she had before from Monet and took off. Does BP do bridge contracts? I don't know. I would love to know if they do bridge contracts. I'm going to say, if I had to guess, I would say no, but I don't know. I think they're
being snarky says, I don't think they have the money to have bridge contracts like that.
Good night, Sam.
Night.
Yeah, I don't think they do so much, but I think she saw her and her mom. So her mom is the one who actually recruited her. Her mom joined first, and then she joined. Her sister-in-law and brother do fizzing together. So they do it together as well under her mom's team. But she joined, I think, and she has done a lot of things with like influencer style things with companies. So she definitely had a following before, and this has just made her even more successful. And I don't know. I'm curious to see, once the bottom falls out of BP, what people like her do next. Because, I mean, I hope that that she's saving money. It's, again, I say this all the time, it's not my business how people spend their money, but eventually the bottom falls out. And I just hope that smart decisions are being made as well.
Yep. Did you still want to show the bracelets?
Oh yeah, let me show those. Let me show that picture.
It'll just be real quick.
Yeah, let me send this to my spouse. Who sent it to me? Somebody sent it to me. Who sent it to me? Was it Steph? It was Steph. Shout out to Steph for sending me this picture the other day.
I love that.
I appreciate all the help I can get.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because last week I didn't watch a whole lot of BP.
That's so cute.
Night biscuits. I will take a dozen,
that
please.
Cat is beautiful.
Okay.
I went to Petco yesterday to get food for Jax, and there was a beautiful mini parrot, and she was doing like the head bob with me, and we became like best friends, and I couldn't bring her home. Okay.
I can't go and look at animals. It's so bad. I just can't. I can't do it. I want one of everything, and I don't have space.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know,
all right.
on
Here
Temu,
you go, friends.
where you can get like the rolls of chains for like $2.
Yes.
And you can like cut it to whatever size. That's what this reminds me of.
This one right here, like, I don't know. Are there 2 stones in? Okay. So like if you look at this center.
Yeah, there's like
it's
3
like stones on
links.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That have stones on them, and the other ones that are split, half stones and half little like pyramid looking things. Oh, Percy. Percy's your cat with the nub and tail.
That's adorable.
I'll take 2 dozen Percy biscuits, please. But then, okay, this looks like those clasps that you screw on, that screw onto each other. That's what this bracelet looks like, a bunch of those clasps that just screw on to each other. I'm sure it's not, but it just looks like that.
I don't know why, but the second bracelet from the top is making me irrationally angry. Like
there's a pig nose. You see the pig nose is the third one.
Yeah.
Some people call that second, like the gold circular pieces, they call those pig noses too. I don't. These are, Wendy, do you remember?
If we're going, I don't know the price, but if we're going off like the last collection, probably $39.95.
As I say, $39.95 is probably around $40. Between $35 and $40 is what I would say, but $40 is, I think, would be safe.
Yeah.
Yes.
The second one from the bottom looks like even more pig noses, like with that rose gold.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember how many either they said comes in a stack. Sometimes stacks are 3, 4, or 5. I'm going to go out on a limb though and say, because this is the elevated stacks, that they're going to be a minimum of 3, but no more than 5. And that's just a guess, because they wouldn't want to give too many stacks away.
Right.
But I until we see them opened, this was the only picture that I have seen. I'm sure there may have been other pictures that reps looked at. However, the reps had to order this collection sight unseen. So they had to go in and blind order, not knowing what the collection would look like, and just hope for the best and that it was something that they liked. Hi, Marianne. How are you?
Hello.
But again, I haven't gotten much information about this collection. I haven't seen a whole lot. I haven't been on TikTok watching BP lives either. So there could be information that I just haven't gotten, that I've missed. Yes. So Amy asked, are they going to be in stacks together? Yes, they are. I don't know how Lillian has them organized, and it's only going to be anyone's guess, but they should be in stacks of at least 3 to 5.
Yep.
And they're really pushing right now. They're pushing mixed metals and people to mix and match jewelry. And I think that's just another way to get people to actually wear the jewelry that they get that doesn't really go together. It's like, oh, just mix metals and wear it all together.
I think it could also be a way to cut costs, because instead of like taking the time to sort everything, it's like, all right, here's a couple, let's go.
Yep. And we'll see. My guess too is that these like single stone pieces that have like the one stone with the pave around them, is that those are going to be
those are going to be like sought after.
Yeah, those are going to be the sought after pieces. Catherine says, my guess is top 3, then 5, then 3, then final 3. That could, yeah, because it would be those 3. That makes total sense too, because even if you look at the top 3, they have it kind of, I
call it bomb party matching. Like we're all on the same page that none of their jewelry matches any other piece of their jewelry. No. Okay, that's baseline. But as far as like shapes, kind of minus the triangles, like we're getting somewhere. You know what I mean?
Now, Kita said, "Are there any missing stones in this picture?" Wendy is
I did
eagle
look.
eyes, and so
I did look.
I defer to Wendy on those things because she's the one that always sees them.
I'm still like on my soapbox about that.
Mistakes happen, and I will be the first person to say, everybody's human and people make mistakes, but own up to it. Just say you screwed up if you screwed up. Like, it's not hard to be, to say, oh, I screwed up. And like, but I guess that's the difference too in Lillian not being able to take the criticism, in my opinion, and being able to admit that she did anything wrong. E. Smith says, so curious what the unicorns will be for this collection. I am too. And and if there are diamonds, what the diamonds will look like. Who had a diamond? Kayla Kayla had a diamond yesterday that we saw on DC's live. And then I heard Jules say she got a diamond yesterday during her live, but I didn't see that.
I mean, the odds are in her favor when you go live for almost 30 hours.
30 hours. Yeah.
When you're opening half your inventory. I actually saw a diamond in a stack not too long ago. I think like 2 or 3 days ago. But I didn't, for some reason, send it to you. I don't know why.
If you ever wonder what it's like to text me, it's usually pictures of Bomb Party, or I've also gotten to the point too, and FYI for my friends in the chat who like to send and like share TikToks of BP reps with your friends and or people who are as obsessed with BP as I am or highly interested. If you and I've stopped doing this. I've stopped sharing the live from the live, because then they see that you share the live. And sometimes people call that out, and it's like, I need to maintain the lowest profile possible when I watch these things. So I'm always like, I poor Wendy, I'm like, I text her and I'm like, hey, this is going on. And then it's like, here's the link to their main page, because I don't want them to see that I'm sharing it to somebody.
Yep. I personally don't care. You'll never find my personal TikTok, because like, it's just a bunch of letters. So
user with 25 letters 25 numbers after it. This would not be surprising if they put a diamond and a pig nose on one of the pig nose charms.
I may end up cry laughing if that happens. I'm not going to hold back.
I feel like we need to start offering, like, the first person who can send us a diamond reveal from a new collection gets like some special shout out or something. I don't know. I can't pay people, but it's like, I would love to be able to have some of that, like, people watching for it so we can see it, because I can't wait to see what special pieces Lillian has put in the collection.
Lisa, I saw that. It looked like she was like putting like a piece of drywall in. It was wild.
Who did that?
I don't remember. It's not somebody that I normally follow, but they definitely popped up. Yeah, it was like yay big.
Like a Lena live, like a Lena reveal?
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen her lately either, so that's very interesting that she has
not towards the end of the month yet.
That's true.
That's usually when I see her.
Yes.
There was another live I was watching, and she called Alina, and so I immediately went into the live lineup, and I was like, "Is that the same one?
Is it this Lena?" I know her. So Lena with Bethy, Lisa with Wolfie. Who else does good reveals? Who else has like? I'm trying to think. Those are the two that I know of that have like good. Who usually do big reveals. Yeah. But I'm always, if you have information or reps that you want either of us to look at, please feel free. You can send them to us on our social media, Instagram, email, whatever you can, we're pretty easy to find. We have the same usernames across platforms. So feel free to share stuff with us because we love to hear and love to find out. Like I said, we can't be everywhere all the time, but we like to stay in the know of what's going on. Yes. Do you have anything coming up, my friend?
Nothing scheduled. I will probably be down a couple rabbit holes this week, so we'll see where the next weekend takes me. But other than that, not too much. We'll probably be with DC at some point too. We have a Wolfie stream that we're gonna do, so keep an eye out for that.
Okay, not this Lisa. We know you better than that, Lisa.
Yes.
Not you. I don't have anything either. You'll probably see us sometime this week with, like Wendy said, with DC. We appreciate you hopping on with us. This was kind of a last minute pop-up. We'll try to get back on schedule with our BP weekly or bi-weekly lives because that was a lot of fun and we get to share kind of what's going on and stay in the loop. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us on both Wendy's channel and my channel. We hope you have, we hope you have an amazing evening and a wonderful week. And we will see you guys very soon.
Real quick.
Yes.
I just wanted to say thank you to everyone in my chat. That was probably the most engagement I've gotten in my chat. So yay! I appreciate every single person who's in Jen's chat. But just a special shout out to my guys. So yes. Thank you.
Live crew, live chat, you're amazing. Replay crew, you're great too. Hope y'all have a wonderful evening and we'll see y'all very, very soon.
Bye.